either born a singer or you're not. Alcohol warms up your voice. Eating dairy or fried foods is bad. Drinking cold water is bad for your voice. Say it with me. False. 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 True. False. False. This one is super common, but it's more of a myth than a fact. So what really matters is how you use your instrument, not the size of it. Hello, you guys, and welcome to another weekly episode on this channel, helping singers and creators just like you get better and expand your knowledge and creativity. If you happen to be new here, hi, I'm Doreen. I'm a singer, creator, working on my acting title too, and doing many more things. And I'm very excited that you're here today to share more singer and creator tricks and methods on our weekly Tuesday episode. Today, as you can see by the title of this video, we're talking all about singer and voice myths and truths. Coming from a singer who was and is very passionate about expanding my knowledge and learning all about singing, expose the truths behind the lies, to sing and perform both in the healthiest way and the most real and authentic for myself. If you are new to this channel, do subscribe to stay updated on our weekly episodes and comment down below where you're from. When it comes to singing, there's really so much out there that at this point it's hard to know what's right and wrong. So let's start breaking down some myths about singing and singers. 1. You're either born a singer or you're not. Well, we can say it's technically true, but the meaning and statement that it brings is simply false. It's true that some people are naturally born singers, naturally have that ability. A good voice, the passion for singing comes easily to them, but it does not mean that one cannot acquire that ability if they were not born with it. The vocal folds / chords as we know them are muscles. So just like going to the gym, train them and they'll get stronger and better. It might be easier for naturally born singers to shape and strengthen their vocal folds, but it is possible for those who are not too. You can gain control if you exercise properly and maintain a healthy voice, and you can become a singer if you want to. And when it comes to your style, it's definitely something that you can shape along the way. There's simply no one way to be a singer. There's someone out there who wants to listen to every style and genre, so make it your own. And don't be scared if you were not born Beyonce. You don't need to sound like her to be a singer and grow your own niche. Number 2, whispering rests your voice and helps when it's sore. False. A lot of singers think that whispering is actually more gentle on the voice than talking, but it's actually the opposite. Whispering actually strains your vocal folds because it makes them press tightly together in an unnatural way. So instead of resting, your voice actually works harder. So if you feel hoarse, just give yourself lots of rest and good hydration. That's all that matters. So no need for whispering. Number 3, speaking of hydration, drinking cold water is bad for your voice. Mostly false. This one is super common, but it's more of a myth than a fact. When drinking water, it doesn't directly touch your cords when it goes down. It actually goes down your esophagus, not your windpipe. So the temperature might feel a little icy and cold for a sec. What really matters is that you really stay hydrated. So if cold or icy water is fun for you and refreshes you and motivates you to drink more water, so you can absolutely do that. Though, the only thing would be right before a performance, since cold water can temporarily affect your muscles and make it a little tight. So if you're before a performance, just, better just drink room temp and not worry about it. Do I drink icy cold water, you ask? I do not. I've heard about this myth years ago, and ever since I just adapted myself to drink room temp. Icy cold water simply feels wrong to me. It just doesn't feel good, so I just avoid it. It's unpleasant, but you do you. 4. Eating dairy or fried foods is bad for your voice. Let's say true. With some side notes. Dairy and fried foods and acidic foods don't damage your vocal folds directly, just like we said with water, but they can affect how singing feels and performed. And important note, with the possibility to create vocal folds injury. Let me explain. Dairy sometimes makes mucus feel feel thicker. And fried foods can cause acid reflux and more, both of which can actually just make it feel heavy and have your voice harder to control. This, of course, changes and varies with each person because some people can just eat a whole pizza or fries before a performance and still sound absolutely amazing. The key is simply to know your body and its boundaries. Will I have a glass of milk before I perform on stage? I would not test it out. What is known, especially among those who had vocal folds injuries, and your vocal teacher could probably tell you the same, fried foods and acidic foods, tomatoes and coffee, etc., can trigger acid reflux for some people. And that's one of the biggest causes for chronic vocal injury. So I'm personally not too harsh about it. I'm not too sensitive for these type of foods, but just like athletes treat their bodies, if you want to go athlete about your singing, you can simply avoid all these foods altogether. Next one. Number 5. Tall people sing better because of their lung size. False. This one makes me laugh. It makes a lot of sense. Even though some tall people can sometimes have a longer lung size, it of course does not mean that they're automatically better singers. What makes a good singer is their technique, their control, their style. I mean, think of artists like Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars and Ariana. They're tiny and amazing. So what really matters is how you use your instrument, not the size of it. Wink, wink. 6. Using autotune means you can't sing. False. Autotune is one of the most misunderstood tools, and that's what it is. It's a tool, just like reverb or compression. Yes, some artists use it to correct or perfect their pitch, but many use it stylistically. The presence of autotune doesn't automatically mean that someone can't sing. Tons of amazing vocalists use it as some sort of spice, create a specific vibe. At the end of the day, it's an effect. It's not replacement for talent. So if you're a good singer, it only enhances what you already have. 7. Good singers never lose their voice. False. This one you probably already know. Of course, even the most amazing singers, technically perfect and professional, they can get hoarse and sore sometimes too. Especially on those draining tours or after an intense show. Again, just like athletes can get sore or pull a muscle, your vocal folds are muscle and tissue, so they can absolutely get fatigue as well. I guess the biggest difference is that the pros know how to recognize it at the right time to know when to stop and rest before it actually damages your voice. So anyone can lose their voice. I guess what matters is to stay healthy and know when to stop when you actually need to rest. 8. Belting high notes and performing whistle tones is bad for your voice. False. Both of those singing practices are about technique. You feel that tension in your throat, you make a high note, and all of a sudden you feel that little rasp. It feels kind of crispy in a bad way in there. It feels kind of sore, a little too crunchy. Yeah, that's when you know that you should probably stop, because you can actually damage your voice. Super, super, super important to work on your technique to maintain a healthy voice, singing with proper breath control and training. Belting is completely safe. Same goes for whistle tones. Hitting them does not damage your voice if you're relaxed and use up the right placement in your throat. The problems happen when you force your way up instead of learning how to control. So my biggest recommendation is to find a good vocal coach, one that is recommended and trusted and has a good history of clients behind her or him, a good amount of experience. That's important too, to learn how to sing from the right placement. It actually might not be so easy as it sounds. It's not just trying to hit a note and hope for the best, because it's something that can be damaging and potentially even permanently. Take care of yourself and your instrument. 9. Alcohol warms up your voice. False. This one is a big, big, big myth. If you drink alcohol, you know that it can give that little warm feeling, you know? Heat up your body, especially on a cold winter day, going around the winter market, drinking hot wine. Isn't that a nice feeling? So it's only natural that many people would think that warmth is good for your voice. Very, very wrong. Alcohol does not warm up or open up your vocal folds. It dries them out. And you do not want to have those dehydrated vocal folds that can't vibrate as smoothly, that crack and strain and can potentially get injured. And it's kind of misleading because you get that temporary relaxed kind of feeling and it makes you feel like you can probably sing better, when the reality is that your cords are actually under more stress, and we don't want that. Sure, it might be fun to do a little drunk karaoke if that's your thing, but on the long term, unsustainable and not healthy. Next one, we're very close to the end. 10. Singing lessons are only for beginners. False! Even the most incredible singers on the planet. You have Adele, you have Beyonce, you have The Weeknd, Ariana, Freddie Mercury back in the day, used vocal coaches. Lessons aren't just for learning the basics, absolutely not. It's about maintaining a healthy technique. Keep building your stamina. Make sure that you're singing from the right placement. Keep getting better as you go. Again, it's taking care of your body just like going to the gym. You stop going and you see the difference. There are some singers who publicly say that they don't have any vocal training. Actually, singers like Gracie Abrams, who said that only recently started going to training, and she started singing and performing by herself with no coach. I personally started training only years after I started singing, but thankfully I always sang from a healthy position and placement, so no damage was made. I do, on the other hand, have singer friends who started going to vocal coach because they damaged their voice. So again, my recommendation is just to start going to one to make sure that you're doing it from the right place and to keep getting better. It's awesome. 11, and last one. To be a singer, you need to have a huge range. Say it with me. False! Want to know something fun? Your range can be expanded. Your lowest note that you can hit right now can get lower. The highest can get higher. If you want to know how to whistle tone, you can learn how to whistle tone. Your pitch can be worked on. Your flat notes can be flown out the window. You can be a great, incredible, amazing singer if you want it, if you believe it, and train and work for it. Most singers don't actually start with strong belts and whistle tones. They learn it as they go. They develop it over time, learn how to control your tones and grow your octaves. It's so fun and beautiful, and it's basically one of my favorite things about singing. It's that anyone can do it. Anyone who wants it enough can be a singer. No matter what sound you have, no matter what you can reach right now, no matter your resources, where you live, your number of following, or your current insecurities. If you want to be a singer and take on this journey, you absolutely can. Everyone start from somewhere. And wherever your somewhere is, you can do it. I used to be the most insecure person on different areas of my life. Singing was one of them. I didn't start with big range or didn't have much resources, but I wanted it. That's what really mattered. That's something that I always like reminding on our one-on-one meetings. If you already had a meeting with me, then you already know. And if you haven't and you want to talk or ask literally anything, feel free to click the link to see availability for one-on-one chats. I'm always super happy and excited to meet you. Singing is just so cool and full of information. And fear not. Once you learn it, you simply just have it in you. So next time someone brings up one of these things, you already know what's a myth and what's real. Singing is so much more about practice and awareness than these little rules that we've been told. If you want me to bust even more vocal myths, just comment your question down below and maybe I'll mention you in the next video. Of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so to get your weekly tips, tricks, and behind-the-scene moments for singers and creators just like you to help you grow and reach your goals. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, and I really do believe in you. See you guys next week. Bye-bye. Ta-ta.